MetroStars and the team flying at the top of the New South Wales NPL, Blacktown. We are underway. And the MetroStars loose in possession earlier. Malia has sprung the trap. He's got Major ahead of him. We know the pace that Malia has. And Blacktown will get the throw. And they do break very quickly, Blacktown. They're full of pace. And 29 goals in just 4 games of qualification shows what they can do as Major does well to keep it in. And Barbiero will just clear the lines for the MetroStars. Negus has got 2 to beat. Lewis will mop up.
Yeah, it's interesting to see Matty Lewis playing at left centre-back. He's had a bit of A-League experience as well with the Central Coast Mariners, normally a left midfielder. It'll be interesting to see how he goes at centre-back. An
early free kick here for Blacktown City FC. Sasamatsura on the ball. Watch for him tonight. Such a workhorse. He's one of those that wants to make the jump to the A-League.
You can already see Blacktown City fullbacks getting nice and high and wide when they're in possession at the back there with the centre-backs.
So back to Lewis now. He'll link up with Cancross, the captain, another name who's had A-League experience, a couple of games with Sydney FC. Watch for his long ball as Major springs the trap again. He may just run out. Well, that's a good cross in the end. And it did run out, so it'll be a goal kick to the MetroStars.
It wasn't a bad ball over the top there. We might see a little bit of that tonight, but, you know, as you said earlier on, with these conditions, it could be a bit too quick and see a few go out for goal kicks.
Well, I mentioned the injuries with the MetroStars. Manikeller's a big loss. But they've lost their last 3 in the league. They've won just 1 of their last 7, so they don't come in with great form. But none of that matters tonight. All that matters is the next 90 minutes. As Lewis gets bundled off it, they'll go all the way back to Cancross. Now Fragigiannis. Can't link up with Marley. It'll be a MetroStars throw.
That's good play from MetroStars, recognising a chance to press high, and they've done that and won the ball back in Blacktown City's half.
So Adam Van Dommel to take the throw. Another with A-League experience with Adelaide United. Also played in a World Cup with the under-17s for Australia. As Malia has it. Goes across goal. And Blacktown will play out from the back. Now Speranza with it. Links up with Choi. Matt Lewis is versatile. He's not the tallest for a centre-back, but he does the job, and he does get forward as well.
Very neat and tidy on the ball and a good left foot, so it'd be nice to watch him pass and play out from the back.
And here's Nenad Vekic, his first touch, probably the form keeper of the NPL New South Wales. And we talk about players perhaps using this as a shop window. He's one certainly in the sights of some A-League clubs, as Daniel Godley has to make a save, race off his line. Could have been a free kick, but we play on. Here's Malia. Loves to get on the left foot. He plays in Choi. This is a big chance for Blacktown. And Choi can't convert. Did that take a touch?
Yeah, he did ever so well there, Mitch Malia, to win the ball and break quickly using his pace. Straight through the middle, slotted one through for Danny Choi, but unfortunately he played it wide.
And Danny Choi has been amongst the goals in recent weeks for Blacktown. Mitchell Malia started the season with a hat-trick, but it's been a bit of a barren run of late. But he certainly can find the net. Was prolific for Sydney FC in their youth team. Here's Matsura. Blacktown are away again. They've got numbers in midfield. As Antelmi tries to spring the trap, and he'll get the throw. And Patrick Antelmi, 7 goals in the FFA Cup campaign already this season, so he can find the net as well from midfield.
Yeah, you can see why. It was a great forward run there from Antelmi.
It's that man trying to get on the ball again. He links up with Choi. He'll switch things now to Fragigiannis. You can see the composure on the ball, and as I say it, he gives it away. Commentator's curse in effect for the first time tonight. Now Malia, backtracking well. Links with Evans. Malia once more, but the pass is too heavy. And the MetroStars will get the throw. The MetroStars currently sit in 7th spot in the South Australian NPL. They won just 2 of their first 7, and as I mentioned before, 1 of their last 7. So it's been an up-and-down season. Zantelmi has it. It's opening up for Blacktown. They'll play on. I thought there could have been a free kick. Choi plays in Speranza. Cross comes in. It's across the face. And Major can't keep it in, and it's all Blacktown in these early stages.
You can see already, Adam, that Blacktown are pressing nice and high, forcing the error from the MetroStars and then breaking quickly. Couple of chances on goal already.
Well, they are all attack Blacktown. We have mentioned 29 goals already in this campaign. It's been a similar story in the New South Wales NPL.
Here we see again a mistake at the back.
Yeah, Deloisio put under pressure, and they'll get it away. Solana will clear. Now Callisto doesn't have a lot of support, and Blacktown will have possession.
Great piece of defending there from Speranza. Pressing up high, winning the ball back for his team so they can go on the attack again.
It is a tough job, of course, for the MetroStars. They only flew in this morning, and it's something that, of course, professional players are used to, travelling for games, but these semi-professional players, it is something they do have to get used to.
Yeah, it is. You know, they would have got to the hotel nice and early and had a bit of a rest today, prepared as best they can. That's the FFA Cup. This is what they're here for. Half these guys probably have day jobs as well.
He's then tell me his touch is a little heavy, and the MetroStars just clear it away. They can take a breath. It's been all Blacktown in these early stages as they go back to Vekic. And Blacktown will play out from the back again with Speranza, linking with Choi. As the crowd start to get into it. It's a healthy crowd here at Lily's Football Centre. The only Sydney representative in the competition tonight, but Sydney United 58, Sydney Olympic and Rockdale. And of course the Balmain Tigers will fly the flag for the New South Wales clubs this season.
You can already see that left side for Blacktown City linking up well from Lewis to the left back Speranza onto the left wing Choi.
Here's Major down the left. Swings it in, and Telme's the target. Forward to Evans. Now Malia has it. Fast feet from him. It's well defended though by the MetroStars. Haven't quite got it away, but they will now. Negus links nicely. And they can't quite put it together as Wooding is beaten to the ball by Vekic.
That was a bit better from MetroStars there. They got the ball away quickly.
And the long ball again. It's such their strength, and Choi does well to keep it in. I thought it'd run over the line. Now needs to look for a cross. It's a decent looking ball. Malia has it. And it's not the right option from him. Probably caught in two minds. Didn't know whether to pull the trigger or set up a teammate.
There was a decent ball into space from Cancross there onto Choi running up the left wing. Just could have done better with the final shot there.
And you have to watch that for Blacktown. Cancross loves the long ball, and they are pure pace. The likes of Malia, Major, Choi.
I believe they call it the long pass these days, Adam.
We'll get our head around that one. But how have you found the opening 8 or so minutes? It's the early signs of nerves, but both teams starting to settle down.
Yeah, it's been an interesting first 10 minutes. So you can see that, you know, Blacktown are very compact when they're not in possession. They're winning the ball in good areas, and they're breaking very quickly using their pace through Malia, Choi, and Travis Major, obviously. I think MetroStars are just still trying to find their feet. I spoke to Fabian Barbiero, and they hadn't played on this kind of surface before. All their pitches in the Adelaide League are actually just normal grass, so a bit different for them to start with. But I'm sure they'll work their way into the match.
Barbiero goes long. He was looking for Tunbridge, but Vekic makes the save, and it's an interesting point you make because the artificial surface is something that's creating a lot of debate around this league. It's a different surface, and if you haven't played on it, it does take a bit of sting out of the legs, and the bounce of the ball is not always true. So it will take some getting used to.
Yeah, it may just be a little bit quicker for a few of these players than what they're used to tonight with that bit of dew on top from the cold conditions.
And Cancross goes long again, but Godley gets possession, and he puts his defender Van Dommel under a little bit of pressure. And Blacktown will have it once more with Antelmi. And that's a good ball to Choi. Here's a chance. Did he use the hand? Danny Choi. And he's put it wide again. So another chance for Choi, and he can't convert. But Blacktown will have a corner.
Looking very busy in there, and Telmi with a great ball into Choi again. Blacktown City again winning the ball in their half and pressing early to try and get a shot on goal. It was a clear handball though for me. Yeah,
I agree with that. Lucky there for Choi, but just couldn't capitalise. Now a chance from Blacktown from the set piece. Swung in. The MetroStars get it to Evans. Now Major. Back to Evans again. He'll switch things out to Fragigiannis. It's compact in the middle, but they'll use the flanks through Malia. Cross comes in. It's not a bad one. Choi's the target again. It's fallen to Antelmi. And Godley makes the save at the second time of asking.
There he is again, Antelmi. He's looking very dangerous in his early 15 minutes, early stages of the match.
Yeah, we can see 7 goals already in the FFA Cup. We see why. And there's a free kick here. It was Wooding, the man found by Fra Georgianis.
There's a good chance for MetroStars here just to settle the play down. They've got a free kick in Blacktown's half. Now to settle down and try to work their way into the game, get some passes, keep the ball, have some possession.
Grelly takes it quickly, links with Van Dommel, but it breaks down from there. And Blacktown are away again. Here's Choi. Just can't win possession. And these early chances for Blacktown, it was a similar story last year. They lost to the Bentley Greens, and it was a game in which they had the lion's share of possession and just couldn't turn it into a goal. And they've been stewing over it for 12 months, and they're trying to make amends tonight, but could we see history repeating? They've been dominant early. Here's Antelmi. Possession goes to Grelly. And the MetroStars again, just not reading from the same script.
It's been a busy night so far for the MetroStars over on the right-hand side of the field. Trying to keep up with Choi and those balls in behind from Mentelno.
You'll see Blacktown do it as well. They'll switch flanks, and there's interchange from forward to midfield. Travis Major likes to drop deep as well. Certainly keep the defence on their toes as Choi's away here again. Thought he may have had his heels clipped, but we play on. And they'll win the throw. I mentioned the MetroStars haven't been in the greatest form. They were defeated at the weekend 2-0 by Para Hills, the team in last place in the NPL of South Australia. Blacktown struggled past bottom of the table Marconi in the New South Wales NPL. It's Cancross. Fights with Negus and Blacktown win possession. They'll go all the way back to Vekic again. He's certainly one to watch tonight. Nenad Vekic has had a stellar season. He's trying to make that step to the A-League, and a lot of players on show tonight. As it nearly opens up again, but Deloisio, I think it is, that wins possession. And the free kick as well. And it's an interesting debate around the NPL. Branko Chelina came out in an interview during the week and said that the A-League clubs don't look enough at the NPL. Says there's some real quality here. What are your thoughts, Dean?
Yeah, look, I tend to disagree with that. I think there's a lot of the A-League players have come through the State League. Every year we see a couple of players from each club and players getting an opportunity. As we said before the game, there's a few players on show tonight as well.
This man with the ball was in the A-League last year with the Mariners, Travis Major, and he's pinched by a former A-League player in Barbiero. And the MetroStars will have it with Grelly.
This is where the MetroStars need to be careful. This is where they've lost the ball in this position a few times. Found themselves on the counter-attack.
Barbiero goes long. He's trying to link up with Wooding. Fra Georgianis has it covered for now. Goes up the line. That'll be intercepted by Blacktown. Here's Evans. And Fra Georgianis is unmarked down this left-hand flank, and Blacktown have got the numbers. They can use it quickly. The MetroStars doing well to get numbers behind the ball now. Here's Malia. Loves it on that left foot. Thought he might pull the trigger. It's opened up. But the MetroStars scramble. Here's Wooding. And again, under pressure. Good hustle, but the MetroStars have it for now. Here's Callisto. And he's ball trying to find Negus, but he was offside. Flag went up.
Good bit of play by Scott Tunbridge there to win the ball back for his team, keep possession, move forward. Unfortunately caught offside.
Yeah, Tunbridge is another who's had experience at the top flight here in Australia in the NSL. Formerly of South Melbourne. Spent some time at Newcastle as well. Of course, Adelaide City. As has this man, Fabian Barbiero. Played 90 games for Adelaide, and we can see why. That's a good ball. Wooding now needs to try and get a cross in. It's not a bad ball. And Vekic makes the comfortable save.
That was a good bit of play there from MetroStars. Barbiero with the ball down the line to Wooding. Wooding with a neat cross across the goals. And a shot on goal.
You can see the MetroStars have settled. They were a bit ragged early, but they're starting to find their way into the game. Passes are starting to stick. As Blacktown put it into touch. It is a chilly night out here at Lily's Football Centre. As I said, a healthy crowd in. We've enjoyed some entertaining football out here this season. Plenty of goals. We're yet to have one tonight. It's Matsura with it. Now Malia. He loves to get onto that left foot and show his pace. Still Malia. Now looks for the cross. Well done from Barbiero. Took it off the foot of Antelmi just as he was lining up the shot. But it's another corner for Blacktown.
Nice bit of play there from Mitch Malia. Getting outside his man, trying to get the cross in, force the corner.
So Blacktown continue to pile on the pressure. I mentioned they were here at a similar stage last year against the Bentley Greens. It was a game they dominated. But in the end, they lost 1-0. They couldn't turn the weight of possession into a goal. And they've been stewing over it for 12 months. Can they find an early opening here? It'll be Choi to take. He whips it in. Straight to the MetroStars and they clear. Tunbridge doesn't have a lot of support. He has it now though. Here's Grelly. Links up with Wooding. Grelly again. That's a good ball. Callisto's found some room out wide. Now needs to provide a cross and just slices it. Be a goal kick to Blacktown.
Yeah, that was a good bit of play again there from MetroStars. Again through Scott Tunbridge, using his experience to keep the ball. Was just unlucky that couldn't get a decent cross in.
They are missing Perry Mitras tonight, the MetroStars. He scored 8 goals in the league. He's their leading scorer. He's currently overseas. Unavailable tonight. And they also have a host of injuries. We mentioned David Manakella, 350 games. They'd love some of that experience tonight. He's also got in amongst the goals. There's Blacktown. Lose out in possession. It's well read by Barbiero. Matsura with it. Now Cancross. Goes long again. Now Choi. Looks like he's switched flanks. Matsura gives it back to Choi. Nice little link play. Thought he might have been better in pulling the trigger. As Barbiero settles things. Wooding. Puts Solana under pressure. He does it well. Tries a trick. Gets away with it. Now Wooding. Goes all the way back to Godley. Shows a little bit of skill, but made it harder than it needed to be. And straight into touch. Georgianis will take the throw. And Lewis. Got a bit of room in the centre of the park. Here's Speranza. It's given Evans a little bit of work to do, and it's well done by the MetroStars. And they'll win a free kick. Was Polacena doing well? And seeing the MetroStars certainly coming back into this game the last couple of minutes.
Yeah, they are. They seem a lot more comfortable on the ball now. They're starting to get out of their back third a little bit easier. And when they are, they're keeping the ball in the middle of the field there and trying to get some goals, to create some chances on goal. Here's
Malia again. Been heavily involved in this opening 20 or so minutes. Sends it wide to Choi, another who's been everywhere so far, Matsura. Links back with Choi. Matsura again. Doesn't have a lot in support. MetroStars getting players behind the ball. It almost opened up for Blacktown City FC. Brad Georgianis finds Cancross, now Lewis. Evans, you can see the composure on the ball from Blacktown.
Yeah, they move the ball around really well at the back there. Just moving the ball side to side, waiting for their opportunity to attack.
Conceded just 2 goals in their FFA Cup campaign. As I mentioned earlier, 29. As they win a free kick, Malia just bundled off it by Solana.
Great little turn there from Malia in a tight space. Wins the free kick for his team.
Malia, one of those names looking to make the jump back into the A-League. Of course, spent some time with Sydney FC. We've seen Blake Powell join the Wellington Phoenix from the NPL New South Wales in recent weeks, so there are opportunities around. Tonight's a stage. Georgianis sends it in. Barbiero clears. Negus will send it back to Fragogiannis. Now Cancross. Goes long again. Matsura finds Fragogiannis. Cross comes in. The MetroStars will get it away. Can't quite keep it in though. It was Wooding trying to chase that ball down. Now Malia. Fragogiannis. Malia again. They've picked the pocket. There's a chance if they can move it quickly. Tunbridge finds Grelly. Now Barbiero does well. Van Dommel goes long and no one in particular. So just breaks down for the MetroStars. Fragogiannis switches things. Here's Lewis. Speranza and Telmi. It's a good ball from him. Malia has a little bit of work to do and gives up the chase.
Yeah, I think the MetroStars are definitely starting to come into the game a little bit more. I think just when they get into their attacking half, they just need to slow down a little bit, try and get a few passes together, and just not force the play too much. Move it around and try and get a shot on goal.
So Godley will restart us again. Matsura wins the header, but Tunbridge gets the knock on. Now Negus. He'll look for some support. Blacktown have got the troops back well though. And again, the chance breaks down. You can see some frustration starting to creep into the MetroStars.
It's that man, Scott Tunbridge again, keeping the ball for his team, winning it in the centre of the park, making sure his first pass is a good one.
The MetroStars, of course, 2014, 2013 minor premiers of the NPL South Australia, but didn't turn that into a championship. Beaten in the grand final in 2014. They did go on to win the National Premier League's title, beating Bonnyrigg 1-0 in the final last year. Fabian Barbiero with the winner. We're hoping he repeats the performance on another big stage tonight. Blacktown, of course, the reigning champions, defeating Sydney Olympic 2-1 in the grand final last year. So the MetroStars look to clear their lines. The ball's gone out via Blacktown throw.
And I think for the MetroStars as well, as we said at the start of the game, they've got a lot of injuries, so they've changed their formation a little bit, gone to a 4-4-2. Normally they'll play throughout the season as a 4-3-3, so it's, it looks as though they're still starting to get used to it and find their feet out there a little bit with the formation and the conditions.
Well, as you mentioned, traditionally not using this formation, but I think they see the threat of Blacktown, the goals. They're taking a more defensive approach, obviously away from home as well. Blacktown send it long. It's overcooked though. Thought Barbiero was going to sneak in. Major did enough though. Now Malia. Been heavily involved tonight. And Telmi. And the ball's cleared away. Straight back to Lewis. The MetroStars again unable to keep possession. So Lewis has it once again. Go all the way back to Vekic. Again, a patient build-up for Blacktown. Really is great to watch when they can make it tick.
There we see another diagonal from Matty Lewis there. Lovely pass to Travis Major.
Fragogiannis overlapping. Not quite the cross he wanted. And Blacktown will have it back with Cancross. Now Lewis with it. Speranza. Finds Choi, drifted out of the game a little bit these last 5 or so minutes. Evans rides the challenge well though. Blacktown have a chance. Evans is going to try it. And just wide of the mark.
Fantastic effort there from Evans. Gets the ball out wide, cuts inside on his right foot. Fantastic strike, just goes wide.
Evans has been amongst the goals on big occasions. Scored the winner in the Waratah Cup semi-final in extra time against Sydney Olympic.
Looks dangerous in there as well tonight, winning a lot of tackles, getting forward like we saw just then.
Not much of him, but he does throw it the body around in there. Malia, nice turn again. Blacktown, what can they do here? Major Just tracks it down. Now needs a cross. Sends it in. Antelmi's on the scene. Here's a chance for Malia. And he's given away the free kick. So the MetroStars breathe a sigh of relief.
Again, we see there, Adam, that front three of Blacktown City breaking nice and quick, getting crosses in, causing all kinds of problems for the MetroStar defence.
Yeah, Travis Major been a major threat tonight. Of course, we mentioned he's been in the A-League with the Central Coast Mariners. He's just returned to Blacktown City FC. He's a player that wants to get another opportunity. He was the Player of the Year in the NPL New South Wales last season. Started off as a defender, now applies his trade as a striker. He certainly wants to be in the goals tonight.
He seems like quite a good player. I saw a bit of him playing for the Mariners last year. Didn't get too much of a chance, but when he did, he made the best of it.
Scored the winner as well to win them the NPL New South Wales last year as the MetroStars win a free kick. It's Corelli, I think, that was fouled. Galoisio looks to restart for the MetroStars. Blacktown dropping numbers back. Galoisio just summing up the options. He sends it long, trying to find Wooding. Wooding's done well though. Now Tunbridge under a little bit of pressure, and Cancross wins out for Blacktown. Thought he should have just cleared the lines, but he did well in the end. Getting it wide to Choi. And Matsura's alone in the middle. He receives it now. He'll switch things wide. Fragile Giannis. Trying to link up with Evans. He does. Nice turn from Evans, but the numbers win out for the MetroStars. Van Dommel. The MetroStars clear, and Wooding can't quite regain possession. Fragile Giannis starts us once more. Here's Matsura. Game being played at a fairly high tempo. Here's Choi. Tries a trick, doesn't come off. The MetroStars win possession. Don't have a lot of numbers forward. Callisto. Wrong option in the end. He didn't have a lot in front of him. Just had to pause and wait for the runners to come as Vekic.
Yeah, they did well to win the ball back there, the MetroStars. Callisto probably could have just turned out and tried to keep possession for his team. Instead went for the cross, and it ended up with Blacktown keeper.
MetroStars with, again, Wooding goes back to Deloisio. Solana links with Barbiero. Nice skill from him. In fact, it was Wooding. And Vekic comes out to take possession. And Telmi with it. Now with Choi. Major. Good challenge in the end by the MetroStars. They win possession. Here's Barbiero. He turns it straight over to Fragile Giannis. Fragile Giannis is going to try it from range. Always going wide. Godley got a bit of a surprise though, and no harm done in the end.
Great piece of defending there from Fragile Giannis. Gets in front of his winger there, wins the ball. A couple of touches and then a great shot on goal.
You've got to admire the confidence from him. The right back saw the goal and thought, why not? But we're still 0-0 here at Lily's Football Centre. Round 32 of the FFA Cup. So far it's entertained, but we remain without a goal. So the MetroStars win possession again. As I say it, and Telmi has it for Blacktown. And Godley will clean up once again for the MetroStars. Here's Van Dommel. Gives it straight back to Fragile Giannis. He sees frustration as well. Evans with it. Fragile Giannis again. Goes long and Major's peeled off, but flag will be up. Just didn't time the run.
Great little run there from Travis Major off the shoulder. Unlucky to get caught offside. Centre back slipped over there for the MetroStars. He would have been on goal.
Chance for the MetroStars to just take a breath. The MetroStars send it long. Negus the target. Thought he may have given away a free kick, but referee says play on. Fragile Giannis been in everything tonight. We'll get up that line throughout the 90 minutes.
Been a real feature of Blacktown's play. Their two fullbacks getting beyond their wingers.
Here's Wooding. Just can't quite link up, and ball's gone out. MetroStars will dispute that, but it just ran out. There is Fabian Barbiero. 90 games for Adelaide United. One cap for the Socceroos as well against Kuwait in 2009.
I was there for that game with him. It was a good night for the young lad. Play for his country.
As I said, got the winner to give them the NPL title last year, so certainly made for the big occasion as he turns it over now. But they'll win it back. Evans has it for Blacktown. Now Speranza links up with Choi. You can see how quickly Blacktown turned defence to attack, and they've switched things here to Major. Major sends it in. MetroStars get it clear. Evans has gone without it. Major's hustled back though. Body on body. Well done from Major. Bounce the ball goes to the MetroStars though. Here's Barbiero.
That's what they need, a good bit of experience there from Barbiero to keep the ball. Now out to the fullback.
Certainly a lot more settled. Policina with it now. Barbiero again. Deloisio given a little bit of work to do. He goes back to Godley. One of the most experienced in their side. Played for a host of NSL clubs. Grelly links up with Barbiero. He's pulling the strings in the middle of the park tonight. Here's Callisto. He's got players ahead of him. And Chance has just broken down again. So, again, that final third just breaking down for the MetroStars.
It's unlucky for the right back there, Policina. His first chance to get forward there and get a decent crossing for his striker. Unfortunately went out for a goal kick.
So Fragile Giannis links with Malia again. Nice skill from Malia. Goes down. Play on though. Wooding turns into Matsura. And Blacktown will win out with Cancross. Now Lewis links with Evans. And tell me, nice trickery from him. Matsura. He's another looking to make that jump from the NPL to the A-League. Has played overseas in Hungary. Bonnerig White Eagles Jr. Here's Malia. Switches flanks. Finds Choi. Choi's going to have a go on the right. And it ran into Deloisio. Blacktown will have it back though. Fragile Giannis. Pretty far forward, Tunbridge. Fragile Giannis may need a backtrack here because they've got some numbers forward. Here's Wooding. Running at Cancross. And Cancross shows his experience, shows him the body. And Blacktown get away with it.
Great effort from Travis Major and Denny Choi there, tracking all the way back there to be around and win the ball in their own box. And now working their way back forward again.
So the MetroStars certainly getting more and more into this game. They're starting to find their groove. Here's Barbiero. And as I say that, his touch is too heavy.
Yeah, I think he was just expecting his right fullback to be a bit further up the pitch there. Policina caught a little bit back. He's been defending a lot this game, the young fellow, up against Denny Choi out there.
Well, Liam Wooding is someone that's certainly come into this game more and more the last 10 or so minutes. Playing wide left, but certainly seeing time in the middle of the park. And tell me, put on a little bit of pressure, but does it well. Finds Lewis. Now Choi. Thought he could have had a free kick, but we play on. Grelly put under pressure. And Tell Me wins out. And here's a chance for Blacktown. They've got some numbers forward. Mitchell Malia. And Tell Me overlapping as well. Here is Antelmi. Blacktown have a goal. That's how quickly they turn defence to attack. And 7 goals in the FFA Cup now becomes 8 for Patrick Antelmi.
Well, it was a fantastic bit of play there from Patrick Antelmi. Wins the ball in the team's own centre circle. breaks forward, plays the ball out wide to Malia and continues his run through the box. Malia beats his man, gets a nice cross in across goal. And then Telme there to finish it off. You can see why he scored so many goals this year. Been very dangerous today. Real feature of the game, his passes, his final passes to set up players, and his late runs into the box.
And Blacktown City FC finally have a goal for all their pressure. And Patrick Antelmi now tops the charts in the FFA Cup for goals, 8. And Blacktown, I mentioned before, the frustration of last year against the Bentley Greens. They couldn't turn possession into goals. They have one tonight. And if anything, sign the get one. Cross finds Fragile Giannis. He goes long. It's opening up again. And Godley comes off his line. And Deloisio gets in a bit of a muddle there, but Godley cleans up well.
We've seen a lot of that goal in the first half there. It's been a common theme for the game. Blacktown City winning the ball in the middle third there, breaking quickly, having opportunities to score, and this time finishing one off, going up 1-0.
And Godley sends it into touch. So an important phase of the game here for the MetroStars, 10 minutes before the halftime break. As Fragile Giannis goes long. Major can't beat 3 of them. Now Barbiero with it. And it goes to no one in particular. Cancross keeps it in. Now links with Vekic. Sends it long, trying to find Speranza. Choi has it though. Now Matsura. Speranza again. Back to Choi. Blacktown, you can see the energy they're playing with, full of confidence after the goal.
Yeah, you can see why they've only lost 1 game this year and top of the league so far. Moving the ball around ever so well. Not afraid to knock the long pass either, the long diagonal pass. That's where they're getting a lot of joy. Moving MetroStars to one side of the field and then switching it to the other.
Well, just on that loss, it was a 4-1 loss to Manly. They came back the next week and beat Sydney United 6-1. So,
well, the coach would have been pleased with that. It's a good way to respond after a loss.
Just a tiny blip on the radar. And, of course, you'll see Sydney United 58 next week in the FFA Cup. Their round of 32 clash. And it's Blacktown City FC certainly had things their own way throughout this FFA Cup campaign. So the MetroStars put under pressure. And Blacktown have possession once more. Matsura. Advantage being played though. And Blacktown will have the free kick just inside their own half. Now Cancross. Links again with Fragile Giannis. Ooh, touch was a little poor from Evans. Blacktown get away with it though. Matsura once again. Malia. Switch of things from Matsura. It's Major out there. Certainly been busy tonight. Cross comes in. And the MetroStars will get it clear. Barbiero helps it on. Here's Wooding now. Again, Blacktown. They work hard, the front three, certainly get behind the ball and make things difficult.
They do, and you can see him setting up for the press here again, trying to win the ball back. Van Dommel does ever so well to get out under pressure. It's
a nasty challenge from Fragile Giannis. Don't think it was mean-spirited, going for the ball certainly, and Van Dommel dusts himself off. They'll have the free kick, the MetroStars.
They set themselves up really well, Blacktown, without the ball. Wait for MetroStars to play out wide, and they all move in for the press. Winger comes into the centre back.
So Barbiero with it now. Links with Deloisio.
Here we see again the winger putting pressure on the centre back.
Solania goes long. Now Wooding with it. Van Dommel, the captain, overlapping. Mentioned how experienced he is. Former under-17 international. Spent some time at Hartlepool as well before joining Adelaide United. And the Ball just breaks down. Vekic will pick it up for Blacktown City FC. I mentioned he wants to show his wares tonight. Hasn't had a lot to do. Only 2 goals conceded this campaign, Blacktown, so Vekic has had a quiet campaign. Matsura. Here's Cancross. Goes long again. Trying to link up with Major. May have too much to do, though. And Godley just sees it out for a goal kick.
That's probably the ball from Cancross there that they haven't had much luck with tonight. Seems to skim off the service quite quickly. When they've put a bit of angle on it, diagonal pass, got a lot of joy out of it to the wingers.
So Godley sends it long. It's one in the air by Negus. Wooding with it. Now Barbiero. It's Deloisio under a bit of pressure, and Choi could be in here. Godley's off his line though. Uses the feet and does okay for the keeper. Hearts fluttering around Lily's Football Centre, at least the MetroStars contingent.
We see again there from Blacktown City applying the pressure on one side. The opposite winger coming into the centre back, trying to win the ball up high. Almost finding himself one-on-one with the keeper.
Here's Malia now. Been in everything tonight. Major peels off, and good challenge in cover, Solana. So critical phase of this game. 4 or so minutes left in the first half here at Lily's Football Centre. Blacktown City FC would love a second and just ram home the advantage. It's Malia. Thought he was getting his shirt tugged, but we play on. Here's Evans. Links with Speranza. Evans again. All the way back to Lewis. Haven't had a lot of work to do, the back four of Blacktown.
No, they're moving the ball around quite well back there. Matty Lewis and Cancross mixing it up with the long diagonal as well.
Cancross again looks to go long. Trying to pick out Evans it is.
It's that pass again. If we just see a bit more angle on it, maybe out to the left winger there.
Blacktown will have the throw. Fragile Giannis. Finds Major. Thought he was having his shirt tugged again. Fragile Giannis now looks to put a good ball in. Oh, Godley gets it at the second time of asking. Did enough though. And he sends it long. Cancross won the header. Didn't quite fall to Major. Van Dommel under a little bit of pressure. Barbiero. Solana takes his time. Now goes long, trying to link up with Barbiero. Here's Wooding. Still going Wooding. And again, touch is a little bit heavy. Negus with some work to do. And it'll run out for a goal kick.
Yeah, just struggling to find a way through at the moment when they get to that final third, the MetroStars. Blacktown City do well to get behind the ball. As soon as it breaks down, everyone gets back in. As you said, Adam, back four of Blacktown looking very solid so far.
Mitchell Marley having some issues with his boots. Just in front of our broadcast position, and he's completely unmarked on the right. Choi's down the left here. He can get his head up, he'll find him. And Choi just dealt a little bit too long.
It was a great run by Mitch Marley over here on the right there. Needed an early ball in.
Maybe a tactic, the old boots are undone.
Yeah, you never know. Haven't seen a soccer player tape up the laces too many times in the soccer boots recently.
Here's Matsura. Thought he might pull the trigger. In fact, Matsura now. He finds Evan on the edge of the area. Fragile Giannis. Been a menace down that right tonight. That's not his greatest cross though. Going to be a MetroStars throw. So into the final seconds of the first half here at Lily's Football Centre. Blacktown City FC lead by a goal to nil. Can they grab a second before the break? Here's Matsura. Here's Antelmi. Got one tonight. And Godley forced to make a good save again.
Great bit of play there from Matsura on the right-hand side of the box there. Beat 2 players. Laid it across from Entelmi. Unlucky not to score.
Entelmi almost on the end of things again. Deloisio as Grelly goes long. And the MetroStars just lose possession. Matsura does well. Now Malia. Can they add a second just before half time? We are into added time now. Fragile Giannis.
Good piece of defending there from Van Dommel.
Yeah, good challenging cover. It'll be a corner. So we wait to see how much time we'll have added on here in the first half. Fourth official says 1 minute. So this could very well be our last play of the first half here at Lily's Football Centre. Certainly love a second here. It's whipped in. Target is Cancross. MetroStars deal with it though. Barbiero just dealt for a second. Got away with it though. Comes all the way back to Lewis. Now Vekic. No time to mess around. Well deserved their lead. And he just sends it long. Now Major. No one in particular that ball, and Blacktown give it away. That is half time here at Lily's Football Centre. An entertaining first 45 minutes. Blacktown City FC. All due respect to Joey Gibbs, he's not being missed.
Yeah, I think you're right there, mate. Well, he is being missed, but they've got a lot of players up there who can fill the void. In Travis Major, who's been very dangerous. Denny Choi's shown a lot of ability out in the left, and Mitch Malia as well. I think for MetroStars, I'd like to see the 2 wide players get involved a bit more in Callisto and Wooding. Come inside, try and get on the ball, help their midfielders. Try and get themselves back into the game.
So underway here in the second half at Lily's Football Centre. Blacktown City FC have the lead. The MetroStars have it all to do. They try to play out from the back. And they do so. Here's Barbiero. The MetroStars with it. All the way back to Deloisio. Godley will just clear it long. Barbiero the target again. Tussles with Antelmi. It's won by Matsura. And Grelly all the way back and just finds the safety of touch.
Already first 30 seconds, you can see Blacktown straight back into how they finished up the first half, except for that header out for a goal kick. But pressing up high, trying to win the ball back.
Be interesting to see what the conversations were at half-time. The MetroStars certainly know they were second best when it came to possession. They did have the odd chance, but it was largely Blacktown's half. And they could have gone further than 1-0 ahead. I mentioned in the first half, they are ruining that result 12 months ago at this very stage of the FFA Cup. They let a game slip against the Bentley Greens, and we all saw what they did, making it to the semi-finals before they fell to Perth Glory, eventual finalists. As Blacktown have possession again. Here's Matsura, linking well. Major, lovely turn. It's opened up. I thought he was offside. Flag goes up now.
No, that was unlucky. Fantastic bit of play from Travis Major there. Put that man again, Antelmi, through the middle.
And tell me it was clear, but just offside. A sigh of relief for the MetroStars. So they send it long, and they'll win the throw. Mentioned the MetroStars had a bit of an up and down season, currently sitting 7th in the NPL. Unlikely to be playing finals this year, so this is their biggest stage they'll see. Here's Deloisio with it. They'll go all the way back with Solana. Doesn't have a lot of options. Does well though. Bit of trickery from him. Gets past Matsura. That man wins back possession to Major. Now Deloisio goes all the way back to Godley. He will send it long.
Again, just need to settle themselves in possession a little bit better, MetroStars. Try and keep the ball for a few passes. Move it out wide, even back through the keeper.
Fragile Giannis runs out of real estate and doesn't come up with possession. MetroStars will have the throw. It looks like Rocky Callisto's moved forward. He's playing wide right. Seems like he's pushed a little bit further forward. Had a quiet first 45. Obviously trying to get him involved more. Actually unmarked at the moment. And the MetroStars, it breaks down. Tunbridge just losing possession. Well won back though, as Tunbridge comes together with a teammate, and they'll win the free kick. It was Policina getting in the way of Tunbridge.
Other time there, and just need MetroStars just to settle down on the ball a little bit. Knock it round at the back, really just put it straight through for the Blacktown City's keeper. Now Blacktown in possession. Play out from the back again.
Here's Lewis. Hasn't had a lot to do tonight. Loves to get forward, can find the back of the net as well. Here's Major. Oh, it's opened up again. And tell me, in fact it was Troy, sorry.
Fantastic bit of play there again from Travis Major. Him and Danny Choi linking up so well together on the left wing, using their pace, getting forward. Danny Choi nearly one-on-one with the keeper there.
Choi has been in a purple patch in the NPL New South Wales. He's scored goals in recent weeks. Certainly love to get on the sheet tonight. Cancross sends it straight back to the MetroStars. He could have found the safety of touch. Here's a chance for them. Cross came in, but was just beyond Tunbridge.
Great effort there from Negus. Wins the ball out wide, puts a nice cross in for Tunbridge. Just couldn't get his head on top of it. Goes out for a goal kick. Good chance there for MetroStars.
Certainly a big body, Jonathan Negus, and has been throwing that frame around tonight. Got a bit of a Mark Viduka mould about him in terms of his presence, but hasn't had the goals of one Viduka tonight. It's the MetroStars with Barbiero. He loses possession. Matsura links well. In fact, it was Malia. And the MetroStars will try to play out from the back again, but again, that hustle from Blacktown. And what do you think the word was at half-time, Dean, to get the MetroStars back into this game?
Yeah, look, I think the coach, would have just said to play a bit more freely. Just relax on the ball. Try and keep it, get some passes together like they are now. Bring their midfield into it. You'd like to see Callisto and Woodin get involved in the play a bit more. Maybe come in off their wing and try and help the midfield out. But look, the signs are good so far. We've had a good chance on goal. Scotty Tunbridge header.
And Policina takes the throw. Delucio goes back to Godley. And again, MetroStars turning over possession. In fact, they have it again now. Can they provide the service? It's not a bad attempt. Vekic has to make a save. One of few he's made tonight.
Great effort there from Woody, making a big chance, coming in off on his right foot. Not too many opportunities to attack.
Oh, they turned it over. It's opened up for Malia. Here's a big chance for Blacktown. Can they make it two? It's gone just wide, and Major was unmarked in the middle. And may that be a big chance they look at the end of the 90 minutes. Malia, I mentioned, has had a bit of a dry run. So nearly could have been 2-0.
Yeah, that chance again coming from MetroStars, losing the ball. The high press from Blacktown, just too much for them at the moment.
We saw them miss a couple of opportunities. The opening of the first half didn't pay the price, but the MetroStars certainly warming to the occasion. And what is a pretty freezing night out here at Blacktown. Barbiero links with Policina. Barbiero again. Does well to keep it in, but can't do so on the second time of trying.
Good effort there from Fabian Barbiero as we watch Adam Peacock put on his third pair of socks.
It is very cold out here tonight. Hovering around 7 to 8 degrees. The football fans have certainly come out. Adam Peacock's claiming it's even lower than that. As Major goes long. And the MetroStars will have the throw. Despite the conditions, the crowd has come out tonight. Blacktown City FC, their second time of trying in the FFA Cup, were eliminated at this stage last year. They went down 1-0 to the Bentley Greens. Wanting to take some further steps this season, and So far, they're certainly doing the job. Here's Negus. Nice ball linking up with Policina. Here's a chance. Flag is down. Oh, it goes up now, though. It was Barbiero wrapping around on the left, and not too sure about that one, to be honest.
Probably a good thing the keeper made a save there, because I don't think that left winger would have been offside. Woody made a late run. Lovely cross in there from Negus. Starting to see a little bit of momentum change over to the MetroStars. They're getting a bit of confidence, keeping the ball. Created a couple opportunities now in the last 5 minutes.
Well, the MetroStars certainly opened up the Blacktown defence, which you don't see very often. Got to be careful not overcommitting in attack. They love to get forward, but on the break, the MetroStars can move the ball as well. It's Godley. Links up with Deloisio. Here's Speranza. Major. Turned over. Callisto. Here's Barbiero. Certainly pushed further forward. And that ball is into touch. Negus had a bit of room to move if he could claim possession.
Again, with a better ball there from Barbiero, would have found Negus in space. With Wooding coming on off his line again. Signs are looking good for MetroStars. They're starting to get themselves into this match.
Evans. Ball is a little bit too heavy. Deloisio cleans up. Policina goes long. Has it again. Evans does well, though. Good challenge in the centre of the park. Antelmi links up with Malia. Can Blacktown find their second? Malia has it at the feet. Has a deflection, and Blacktown will win the corner.
He looks good, Mitch Malia, when he's one-on-one, going at pace at his defender, trying to get on the outside that time. Cross it in on his right foot and wins the corner.
Loves to run at defenders, Mitchell Malia. Blacktown, can they fashion something from the set piece? MetroStars get it away for now with Tunbridge. And they just clear it long. It was Barbiero. Goes out to touch.
Things are just slowed down a little bit for Blacktown, I think. Here they're in possession now. See what they can make of it.
Here's Major. Gives Danny Choi a bit of work to do. Well kept in, though, by the MetroStars. Here's Callisto. Still Callisto. Nice play from the MetroStars. Looks better in the second half.
Much better with the two wingers coming in, getting involved in the play a lot more. Here we see Woodin now coming in off his wing. About to play Callisto.
It's Callisto with it. Touch was a little heavy, but it works out okay. Blacktown have possession now, though, with Antelmi.
Just need to be a little bit more active defensively there. That ball out to Antelmi. If a defender a bit tighter there, could have won the ball. Kept attacking in Blacktown City's defensive third. Here's
Marley up. Fragile Giannis will send it in. It's not a bad ball, but Godley reads it well. Gets off his line. Throws it straight back to Blacktown. So just needed to show a bit more calmness there. So experienced, the keeper. Here's Choi. Oh, it's nearly opened up. Danger not over, though, for the MetroStars. Matsura nearly had possession. Deloisio with it. Now Wooding.
The front three of Blacktown City just starting to slow down a little bit now with their pressing. Haven't been able to win the ball back as many times as they did in the first half. As Mitch Malia wins it back again. Gets a free kick.
A little bit of afters from Barbiero. He's going to get a talking to. I think the card will stay in the pocket. We haven't had any bookings tonight. But yes, we'll certainly see the tempo slow here in the second 45. Blacktown play at such an intensity. Struggling to maintain that over the 90 minutes. Of course, both sides were in action at the weekend, so fatigue could be an issue here. It's Fragile Giannis, whips it in. And Telme's there. And there'll be a free kick. There was a nudge. And the MetroStars will have it. So Blacktown have the lead. Patrick Antelmi opening the scoring. His 8th goal of Blacktown's FFA Cup campaign. The MetroStars still chasing that equaliser. Here's Tunbridge dropping deep. The striker can't link up with Barbiero.
Good bit of play there from Scotty Tunbridge. Need to get him a bit more on the ball, get him involved as much as they can to MetroStars. They look dangerous every time he's got on the ball there in space.
Barbiero, nice turn from him. Thought he could have got a free kick, and he'll get it now. And there's going to be a conversation between referee and Danny Choi. I think that's all it will be. Doesn't look like a card's coming out. And a card will likely be the next that Danny Choi receives. His third foul in succession. Just gets a talking to. It's Barbiero set to send it into the mix-up. What a bad-looking ball. Negus is there. Grelly's on the scene as well. Wooding trying to fashion something. And it's all Blacktown. Evans will clear. And the MetroStars will have possession. Certainly the MetroStars' best period of this game, the last 10 or so minutes.
Yeah, it is, Adam. It just seems like Blacktown slowing down a little bit in midfield here.
It's a great ball to Negus. It's a great goal.
Against the run of play.
Just like that, they have the equaliser. And Jonathan Negus heads it home. And suddenly the match turns.
Fantastic cross in there from Van Dommel, the captain, leading by example. And what a header from Negus there. Beats his keeper at the near post. MetroStars back in it, 1-1.
And Vekic caught in no man's land. He came, didn't get there. And Negus with a great header. And we mentioned it's the best spell they've had in the game, the MetroStars, and now they have a goal. And it is certainly game on here at Lily's Football Centre.
A lot to think about for Blacktown now. Those two wide players in Woodin and Callisto getting involved. Fullbacks pushing forward. What a header from Negus to put them back level.
Well, they haven't had a lot of chances, the MetroStars, but they've certainly taken it. That was destined for the back corner. The moment that Negus headed it in. And the MetroStars are full of confidence all of a sudden, and Blacktown have to respond. They haven't been pressed in recent weeks in the NPL. We mentioned they've only lost once in the league. 29 goals. It's just their third goal conceded in this FFA Cup campaign. But it is game on. Evans with it. Now finds Antelmi. He gets clattered. We play on, though, with the MetroStars as Negus, our goal scorer, just can't link up with a teammate. It was Solania, who's just limping away behind play. Came together with Antelmi. Well won by the MetroStars. Policina. Now Negus. Evans does well. Such a terrier in the centre of the park for Blacktown. Matsura. Malia. Been in everything tonight for Blacktown. Loves to run at defenders, and Van Dommel does well. Shows him the line and wins the goal kick.
Great piece of defending there from Van Dommel, using all his experience. Getting Mitch Malia to try and play outside him. Forcing him to play out, dribble outside for a goal kick.
You see a bit of frustration starting to creep in for Blacktown City FC. Travis Major throwing the hands up. He wanted the delivery earlier from Malia. MetroStars have it back, and they go long. They may have strung the trap again. Here's a great chance for them. Vekic makes the save.
Oh.
And it's going to be a free kick for the follow-up, but it was a great chance for Wooding.
What an opportunity. Great run from Wooding there. Third man run in behind. 1-on-1 for the goalkeeper. Forced a save. And then Scotty Tunbridge unfortunately couldn't get on the end of it. The knockdown from the keeper. Gives away the free kick. Fantastic play from MetroStars. They're really back in this game now.
Well, Vekic hasn't had a lot to do, but made a great save there, and hasn't Wooding come into the game in this second half. And Blacktown are on the ropes at the moment. Well done from Grelly. Full of confidence, the MetroStars, as Callisto just loses possession. Choi.
A little bit of a tweak from the MetroStars coach. Bringing those wingers in, getting them involved more, helping out the midfield. Changed the game so far. Got them back into it 1-1.
And how did Blacktown respond, Dean? Do they bring someone back into midfield, the front three?
Yeah, I think you can see Blacktown now have actually starting to play with a bit more urgency, starting to press again. Just need to settle down a little bit, go back to how they started out the game. The whole first half with some beautiful passages of play. Long diagonal passes, moving MetroStars around, keeping the ball. As you see, Denny Choi just giving away easy possession there.
And Negus just backhill goes into touch as the fog starts to creep in here at Lily's Football Centre. Of course, we are locked at 1-1, and if scores are level after 90 minutes, we'll go to extra time and then penalties. So it could be a long night as it gets progressively colder here at Lily's Football Centre. But fans aren't going anywhere, as are we. As Barbiero gets chopped down, that could be the first card of the night. It is. Goes to Sasamatsura. And that would have stung given these cold conditions.
Yeah, a bit of a clumsy challenge there from Mitsura. Barbiero should be fine, back up to his feet.
And Barbiero certainly been making them tick. In fact, it's Wooding. I mentioned the fog rolling in, making life difficult for the commentary team. You can see it there in the background, starting to creep across Lily's Football Centre. As Wooding limps away.
In a good period for Wooding. Found himself one-on-one with the keeper. Involved in the action now. Just brought down there, winning the ball back for his team.
So they send it long. Well won by Cancross. Major has it. Doesn't have a lot of support, but he finds it now in Choi. Marley has swapped flanks with him. Choi now on the right. Good ball finds Evans. Matsura is there, but he can't find him. And the MetroStars will clear it away, and it's all the MetroStars. These last 5 to 10 minutes, and flag will go up just as they had a bit of momentum. 3-on-1.
Very close call, that one from the linesman there. Great bit of play from Wooding again. Getting the ball. Jonathan Negus coming out for a neat little 1-2. Fortunately, they were offside.
Here's Malia on that left foot again. He's trying to link up with Major. He's just overcooked it though, and Godley will see it out for a goal kick. As conditions start to take a turn, we are out in the elements tonight here at Lily's Football Centre. One of the novelties of the FFA Cup, and I think I'll be stealing a beanie or two amongst the crowd tonight if we do go to extra time and penalties, but we're enjoying it nonetheless, and I'm sure they are here at Lily's Football Centre. Has been a cracking game so far. As Cancross is put under a little bit of pressure, and so too Vekic. He scrambles it clear. Here's a chance for the MetroStars. They're going to try the shot with Tunbridge, and it will go out for a goal kick. Now Tunbridge has scored some important goals for the MetroStars. He scored against his former club in the NPL semi-final against South Melbourne. Of course, the MetroStars didn't have to qualify for the FFA Cup. They qualified courtesy of winning the National Premier League title last year. All the winners of the Premier League, or at least the minor premiers from all the competitions, play off. That's how they booked their place. Oh, Speranza goes in hard. And he's going to get a card for his efforts. So you can see a bit of the frustration starting to come out now of Blacktown City FC.
Yeah, you just need to settle down a little bit there. It's okay to make a tackle like that. Just leave it after that. Get back into position for your team.
And Callisto's going to get a talking to as well from our official. Things start to get boil over a little bit. Let's see.
Yeah, I think Blacktown just need to settle back in, keep the ball, get the fullbacks high and wide, pass it through the centre backs, move the ball around. Just lost their way a little bit here in the second half. I don't think the goal helped.
David Bruce hasn't had a lot to do tonight. He's had the card out to two Blacktown City FC defenders. And you've got to give credit to the MetroStars. They've certainly found a way back into this game. And Choi's ball is cut out. Here's Barbiero. Finds Tunbridge. Hasn't he got more involved? Here's Grelly. Good ball over the top. Here's Negus. Already got one tonight. Great ball finds Callisto. They have to scramble it clear Blacktown, and Speranza does that, concedes the corner.
Fantastic bit of play there from MetroStars. Tunbridge getting the ball in the little pockets there in the number 10. Turning on it, playing it out wide. And that man Callisto again coming in off his wing. Always finding himself one-on-one with the keeper.
So
Signs are looking very good for MetroStars.
So a chance from the set piece. Negus, our goal scorer, will be the target. Certainly the tall timber. Deloisio in the box as well. Sent in now. Vekic has come. Has to get there. Punches away. MetroStars will get it back though. In fact, they'll go all the way back to their keeper. And Dan Godley. He'll restart us again. Oh, it almost opened up for Tunbridge. Speranza has to clear. Of course, has to watch himself on a yellow card tonight. So too Matsura. Oh, Marley has touched his paw to Antelmi. Grelly one in. Now Tunbridge certainly coming a lot deeper in this second half and getting on the ball. That's been the difference. Grelly does well. Here is that man, Tunbridge. And his touch is a little ill-directed and goes out.
Good play from Grelly in the middle there, starting to stamp his authority on the game in the middle of the field, winning the ball and keeping it for his team. Tunbridge as well.
Certainly winning that midfield battle, the MetroStars. Barbiero and Grelly coming into the fore this second half. Matsura, he links with Major. What can he produce from here? Major gets to the byline, cuts it back, and he'll win a corner. No goal kick, in fact, so the ball had gone over the byline. Major doesn't agree with that.
You see Blacktown City players starting to get a little bit frustrated now. Not happy to be 1-1 after all the play they've had. Need to just settle back into the game.
So Tunbridge wins the header. Reminder too, if we don't have a winner after 90 minutes, we go to extra time and then penalties. So plenty of thrills and spills in store here at Lily's Football Centre. Malia tries to track this one down. In fact, it's Evans. Ball still in play. Evans has done well. Deloisio gets it clear for now, though. Barbiero. Negus, that's a push in the back. Cancross. Card stays in the pocket for now. There is Zach Cancross, Blacktown City FC's captain. Has played in the A-League with Sydney FC. Really is the key leader at the back. And he's got to marshal his troops here. They need to respond because the MetroStars have certainly been piling on the pressure as they send it long. Cancross wins the header. Matsura turns it over. Barbiero finds Wooding. Tall timber in the box. Negus is there again. Blacktown scramble it clear. Danger not over. Here's Tunbridge. Negus again on the scene. Cancross wins the header though. Watch that battle in the second half.
Again, great bit of play there from MetroStars. Able to just sustain a bit of pressure up in the final third. Couple of crosses in. Negus looking very dangerous in the air now.
Well, Fragile Giannis has turned it straight back to the MetroStars. They wave play on. I thought they could have had a free kick there. Now Blacktown are away. They've got some numbers if they can move it quickly. Here's Choi. Travis Major is screaming for it on the far side, but Choi's going to go alone. He's got 3 to beat. Links up with Antelmi. Just breaks down. And the wrong option in the end from Danny Choi. Now Tunbridge. It's a good ball. Wooding in a foot race with Fragile Giannis. He goes back to Vekic. Now Cancross.
Good bit of play there from Blacktown. Nice and composed. Able to keep the ball. Now play out through Matty Lewis. Good work from the keeper there.
Here's Speranza. And those wing-backs of Blacktown, both Fragile Giannis and Speranza, certainly haven't been as involved as they were in the first 45. You've got to dip your hat to the MetroStars, winning that tactical battle.
Starting to see a few of those long passes. Not starting to hit the mark like they were in the first half there. Matty Lewis with one going straight through to the keeper.
So Cancross and Tunbridge fight for it. It's Tunbridge in possession now. He's going to try it from distance. Always going wide, but just keeping Nenad Vekic on his toes. Those of us here at Lily's Football Centre.
He was known to score the odd spectacular goal, big Scotty Tunbridge, in his days in the NSL.
So Vekic restarts us again. Evans with it. Speranza links well. It's Major. Deloisio wanted to exchange shirts a little bit early. Be a free kick to Blacktown.
Good bit of hold-up play there from Travis Major. Blacktown really need him to get back into the game. Start holding the ball up, bring in the midfielders and bring other players into the game as they come forward.
Cairncross. Blacktown do have some quality on the bench. Christos Tamaras, and the man you played alongside, Yanni Picardis from the Wanderers.
Good little player, Yanni Patakis. Good midfielder. Type of game for him to come in and really settle the ship for Blacktown, get them back into it.
And they're just starting to lose that midfield battle, so perhaps they might shore things up. Matsura, the anchor in the middle of the park. Evans is just off at the moment, getting his hand attended to. And it'll be a corner to Blacktown. So another chance for Blacktown City FC. Controlled most of the first half, but the MetroStars certainly been the better side in this second 45.
Yeah, a rare opportunity now for Blacktown to try and get an opportunity to score in swinging corner here.
So Fragile Giannis to take. Cairncross is up there. Here with the target. He's come from deep. Almost took the mark, AFL style, but in the end, save is made from Godley.
Big Cairncross coming up from back. Try and get his head on the end of it.
Lewis deals with it. Thought that could have been a free kick. Malia wins it back and just loses his footing. Now Van Dommel. Going to send it long. And the passes are starting to tick for the MetroStars. Confidence is high. Grelly, that's a good ball. And just a little bit too much to do from Tunbridge. I think it was Barbiero out there. It's the fog that rolls across the ground, makes it difficult to see on that far side. Blacktown just get it long. Trying to clear the lines, but it's all the MetroStars. Here's a chance, it's opened up for them. Callisto! Oh, it's in the back of the net!
And he scored.
Didn't know too much about it, but it certainly counts. Vekic is beaten again, and the MetroStars lead 2-1.
What a fantastic goal from Callisto. I'm sure he'll claim that though, Adam. Nice little flick to beat the keeper at the near post. Fantastic work from MetroStars. They really got themselves back in this match now. Winning 2-1. Another cross from the left and a finish at the near post. Great work from the wingers coming in. MetroStars 2-1.
It's game on all of a sudden here at Lillies Football Centre. Blacktown City FC are in control for the first half. 2 second-half goals have tipped the balance to the MetroStars. And they are full of confidence. And you can see already the urgency from Blacktown. I mentioned earlier, they fell at this hurdle last year, a game they dominated, but didn't make the most of their chances. And they went down to the Bentley Greens. It's something they've been working towards for 12 months to right the wrong of last year, and it's starting to slip away. Under 15 minutes left here at Lillies Football Centre. It's Troy, finds the byline, and he'll win a corner. We may see Mark Crittenden, the Blacktown City FC coach, go to his bench. His bodies start to come together. Fans start to tense up around Lillies Football Centre. Been virtually unchallenged all year, Blacktown. They've only lost once in the league. They've lost the Waratah Cup final to Sydney United. As Deloisio, rare mistake from him, concedes the corner.
See Blacktown moving around the pitch a lot quicker now, getting straight over to get that corner in. A whole lot more urgency now that they're down 2-1.
So Fragile Giannis again. Sends it in, goes near post. MetroStars get it clear. Thought that was a nudge from Speranza, and it's taken quickly by the MetroStars. And perhaps a little bit too quickly. They turn over possession. Looks like we're going to get the reaction from Blacktown as they look to make a change. Speranza's under a little bit of pressure here. We go all the way back to Vekic.
Great work from Tunbridge there. You can see the MetroStars really lifting the intensity now, arriving on touch to the Blacktown City players, putting a lot of pressure on, trying to win the ball up high.
Lewis goes long. Major's peeled off at the back. Well done though by Deloisio. Looks like we're going to get a double change for Blacktown. Now Malia sends it in. Major's on the far post. They mop it up though. It's Van Dommel getting across.
Great positioning from Policina again.
That man plays it long, but it just breaks down. Blacktown go long again. Matsura's not going to get on the end of that. Choi as well. The ball beats both to the byline, and we're going to get a double change here from Blacktown City FC. And we're going to see our goal scorer make way. Patrick Antelmi, Christos Tamaris to replace him. And Giorgio Speranza on a yellow card. And Jonathan Grozdanovsky to take his place. So rolling of the dice by Mark Crittenden. Can that make the difference? Godley goes long again. It's well one in the air by Blacktown. That man Tamaris, his first involvement.
And Telme went a bit quiet there in the second half. Now the number 10's come in. Try and see if he can change the game a little bit for the Blacktown City.
Well, Tamaris actually scored on grand final day last year, but it was against Blacktown. Sydney Olympic, his equaliser sent the game to extra time, so I'd certainly love a goal from him tonight as it opens up. Here's a chance for Blacktown. Oh, just wide. Taking a touch as well. I think it was Matsura.
Great effort there from Matsura. Came charging through onto the box, onto a loose ball. Fortunately put his shot wide. Bit more pressure here from Blacktown now for another corner.
Chances have been few and far between for Blacktown City FC in this second half. Sent in now. Oh, Godley spilled it. Chance on the follow-up. Tamaris on the scene as well. And the MetroStars concede another corner. And perhaps that move from Crittenden was to get a bit more energy into this Blacktown side. Brad Georgiana sends it in. Oh! And there's a push and shove. The header came in from Cancross. It was destined for goal, but referee not happy with the pushing of a couple of Blacktown attackers.
That man Cancross again getting forward. Looking dangerous on the set pieces there.
And it's a race against the clock for Blacktown City FC. They have under 10 minutes to save their FFA Cup campaign. Of course, they fell at this stage last year. The MetroStars hold the advantage. Now Choi. He loses out. Well one in the air by Tunbridge. He's been pivotal for the MetroStars in this second half.
Yeah, he really has. He's really turned the game for them. Winning the ball in midfield along with Grelly and Barriero.
So Cancross with it. Tries a long ball again. Trying to open things up. MetroStars snuff out the danger. Negus comes together with Cancross. Enjoyed each other's company tonight. Negus probably gets the better of it. He has a goal next to his name. Now Tamaris. Touches a little heavy. Blacktown will have the throw though. Deloisio heads it long. Now Evans just switches things. Goes behind Lewis. MetroStars yet to go to the bench. I mentioned they do have largely defensive options. Got a host of injuries at the moment. Plenty of players unavailable, but they're certainly doing the job.
Yeah, they really are, Adam, showing a lot of character here.
Here's Tamaris. Can't quite link up with a teammate. The MetroStars have it again. MetroStars provided some real A-League quality over the years. Shane Smeltz, formerly of the club. I'm sure they'd love to have his goals tonight.
I'm sure they would. New Zealand international, Shane Smeltz with Sydney FC now. Great player to come out of the MetroStars.
Jason Spaniolo, another, who's come out of the MetroStars. Certainly been at the pointy end of the NPL of South Australia, but taken home minor premierships, but it's just fallen away on grand final day. Though they did win the National Premier League title last year. They're showing they're not overawed by the occasion. It's been a big day for them, up early to fly here to Sydney. Something players need to take some getting used to, but they're doing the job. As it opens up, here's a chance for Blacktown. Tunbridge just loses out. Evans will go across. And it'll be a free kick. Tunbridge is catching the heel of Evans, and looks as though Blacktown are going to make their third and final change shortly. Here's Malia. Nice skill from him. Choi sends it in. Dangerous looking ball, but MetroStars will mop it up. Here's Cancross. Switches things. Now Choi. Thought he may have used the hand. Referee says play on.
And that player again, same in the first half. Using his hand to get himself a shot on goal. Same play again.
Referee has ruled that ball did cross the line, and we're going to see that third and final change. It's going to be Connor Evans to make way for Daniel Araujo. Evans has worked tirelessly tonight. He checks out of the game, and that is it. Third and final change for Blacktown City FC. They've got 5 minutes to save their FFA Cup campaign. Coming in, it was 29 goals.
He had a great half, Connor Evans. First half there, he was involved in everything, but just got a little bit quiet towards second half here.
Here's Callisto, the goal scorer. It's his goal that has the MetroStars ahead. Thought that could have run out by Lewis, but we play on. Tamaris gives Fragianis a bit of work to do. Tamaris again. Great hustle from the MetroStars, getting everyone behind the ball, clogging things up, making it difficult. Lewis finds Cancross. We certainly saw some late drama in the FFA Cup last year, or 2015 repeat. Here's a chance for Choi. He's going to try something audacious, and probably the wrong option in the end, lacking the execution, Danny Choi.
Good bit of play there again from Travis Major, using his upper body strength. Beat the defender and get the ball across. Danny Choi just unfortunately puts it over the bar.
So time is not the friend of Blacktown City FC. Cancross wins it well. Shirt was being tugged by Negus, but we play on. It's intercepted well by Van Dommel. Now Lewis. And you can see the urgency of Blacktown City FC. Long ball. Deloisio will just hack it clear.
Just finding it a little bit harder to get out from the back now, Blacktown. A lot of players forward.
That's a poor touch from Tunbridge. It's turned over possession. Here's Araujo. As he just slips, players come together. And the MetroStars will win the free kick.
Good tackle there from the MetroStars defender. Grelly again. Winning a lot of ball in the midfield now, really helping his team defensively.
And he's just picked up a knock. It would certainly sting on a cold night like this. As I said, yet to see the MetroStars go to the bench. It is Grelly just receiving some attention. Time running out here at Lily's Football Centre for Blacktown City FC. They need to revive their FFA Cup campaign. It's looking like elimination at the round of 32 stage for the second year in a row. They send it long. Negus links up well. Tunbridge sends it in. Negus the target again. Blacktown haven't dealt with him all night. He's been a nuisance.
Great bit of play there from Tunbridge and Negus. Linking up again. Negus just missing on a free header in the box.
Blacktown had the numerical advantage, but just couldn't keep the wraps on Negus. As the MetroStars win a throw. We tick over the final 90 seconds here at Lily's Football Centre of normal time. Blacktown need to pull out something special. Got the players to do it. Time is running out. They'll win a free kick here, though. As the MetroStars get everyone behind the ball. Taken quickly. Here's a chance for Blacktown. Cross comes in. It's Matsura, and he wins his side a corner.
Good bit of play there from Travis Major, getting outside his man, trying to get the cross in, wins the corner for his team. Look out for Cairncross here on the set piece.
Is this the last chance? Nenad Vekic thought about coming up, the goalkeeper, but stays on halfway for now, and it's sent in. And there's a free kick. Precious seconds off the clock for the MetroStars. There can't be long left. I'd say we'd only have a maximum of a couple of minutes of added time. Hasn't been too many stoppages here in this second 45.
MetroStars now just getting everyone up to halfway, nice and compact. No point taking any risks now. 2-1 up, close out the game.
Cairncross wins it well. And flag is up, Major. In an offside position. And we have gone the 45 here at Lily's Football Centre. So in additional time, there'll be 3 minutes of it. Blacktown City FC will have to come up with a trick or two. They talk about the magic of the FFA Cup. Do they have something late to change the scoreline in this? Vekic wastes a little time. He just sends it long. Tamaris is the target. Tunbridge with it. I'll need all his experience to close out this one. Now Lewis switches things nicely. Here's a chance. Can Blacktown make them pay? They need an equaliser. Malia on the turn. And Godley makes the save. Was that the chance?
Great bit of play there. Back to how they were playing in the first half. A nice diagonal long pass from Matty Lewis. Out to Mitch Malia. Tucked inside. Keeper made a good save. Here's Tunbridge again.
Tunbridge has some space on this right-hand flank, and he may have opened them up. That's a great ball. Here's a chance to seal it for the MetroStars. Barbiero!
Oh, Barbiero.
His touch was... He's given a penalty.
Penalty.
Well, Barbiero, did he have it clipped?
He's given a penalty. What a fantastic bit of play again from Tunbridge. Put Barbiero through on goal. Barbiero looked like he had a heavy touch. Brought down by the keeper. Here's a chance to bury this game.
Well, there was some
penalty.
There was some puzzled looks around Lily's Football Centre. I don't know if it was handball. It's going to be Tunbridge to take, and this would certainly seal it. And Barbiero, well, he should have made it 3, just slipped at the vital moment. His blushes may be spared, though, if Tunbridge can make it 3. Nenad Vekic. What can he do? Here's Tunbridge. Oh, he's put it over the bar. A terrible free kick from someone so experienced. And they've got 60 seconds, Blacktown. It would be some escape if they can pull this off. 2 great chances for the MetroStars to make it 3. Here's Major. MetroStars will just get it long. Safety first.
Oh, what a miss from Scott Tunbridge.
Well, Barbiero should have made it 3, and then the penalty miss. It's all happening all of a sudden at Lily's Football Centre, and there can't be more than 40 seconds left. Cairncross goes long. Choi is the target. Deloisio does well, though. Tunbridge will just send it into touch. Nervous few moments. It can only be 20 seconds left. Here's Major. Can he make something happen? It's opened up. Here's a chance for Blacktown. Oh, the script was written, but they couldn't come up with a finish. That may well be it.
Massive opportunity there for Blacktown. Geez, it's been end-to-end these last few minutes. Barbiero with the one-on-one opportunity, then the penalty for Tunbridge.
And we're going to get a change now for the MetroStars. Again, some precious seconds taken off the clock. It's going to be the goal scorer in Negus to make way. Coming on is Stefan Simic. He'll get a cameo appearance here.
Great shift from Jonathan Negus up front there. Well-deserved rest for him.
The referee looks at the watch. Is it the final play of the game here? We tick on here at Lily's Football Centre. The MetroStars has possession. Blacktown City FC had it all to do. They've had the chances. Blacktown crying for a free kick. We play on. Cancross goes back to Vekic. He sends it long. No one in particular. Callisto wins it well. And that is it. Full time here at Lily's Football Centre. What a turnaround. It was Blacktown in the first 45, but the MetroStars have come up with something special. 2 second-half goals. And Rocky Callisto will be the hero. He makes it 2-1. A bit of excitement in the end. But it's the MetroStars who'll go to the round of 16. And Dean, we have seen some game here.
What a massive effort from the MetroStars there. So good to see the boys got themselves back into the game early in that second half, and the game just changed.